Alright, boys and girls, so today I have a battle here against IMJSN007. So, yes, he just used JSN007. And as you can see our teams there, and I'm actually kind of using Trio because I'm thinking, oh no, I might not be able to use it again. But it turns out it was never banned, so that's good. But it's whatever. We're going to go ahead and try it against Pokemon Trainer Jizzle, who is apparently, I guess that's what the J stands for in JSN? I don't know. Oh well. So I'm going to leave with Victini as he leads with Masquerain, and Masquerain's not a Pokemon you see very often, but he did get, I believe, a buff in speed in Gen 7, making it kind of interesting, and he's going to get the Intimidate off on me, which actually is going to, hurt the power of V-Create, but still going to be really strong, and nearly kill the Masquerain. Unfortunately, obviously, it has a Focus Sash, and is going to go ahead and set up Sticky Web, which is one of the more annoying entry hazards in the game, lowering the speed of Pokemon that come in, so that's just not cool. So I'm going to go into Jellicent, who is kind of a bulky thing, and I guess I went into this because with my special defense down and my speed down, I didn't want this thing, like, hitting me with a water move or something. Even though it's not a water type anymore, I believe it's free evolve form is, but I guess I didn't want to take it anything, including an air slash, so that's what was my thinking, and it saved some damage on Victini as I go into Jellicent. It doesn't do anything, and ended up surprising me a little bit here with the Stun Spore. Didn't really consider that could be a thing, and he's going to paralyze me, which, isn't that bad because Jellicent's not that fast, but, if he definitely gets a few fully paralysis turns, it's going to be a little bit annoying. But I am going to be able to kill the Masquerain, so at least that's good. So in comes Hydreigon here, and this thing is always a scary Pokemon, and I don't really want to take a Dark Pulse, so I decided to go into Clefable. He ends up making a really nice prediction here, actually. I'm going for a Flash Cannon, though, which obviously is super effective against me. Most of these Hydreigons are Scarf, so I don't really have to worry about him switching out his move, but that was definitely a really good early prediction. Not very many people are willing to over-predict so early, and it worked out for him there. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Venusaur. Like I said, thinking that he's definitely locked into Flash Cannon, and looking at the damage on my Clefable, I'm not thinking this is Specs, I'm thinking this is indeed Scarf. And as you can see, it does decent damage, actually a little more than I wanted to the Venusaur. But now I am going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. This is Mega Venusaur, and it's a Mega Venusaur is a Mega I really do like a lot. Which is the fact that it, in practice only has two weaknesses due to the ability Thick Fat, kind of negating the Ice and Fire weaknesses. Its really only threats are Flying and Psychic, and the good news in Gen 7 is one of its biggest threats as far as flying goes, Talonflame, is no longer a thing, so... Well, it is a thing, but not nearly as used as much due to the nerf of Gale Wings. Either way, he's going to go into Arcanine here, and yeah, I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bob, and we'll see how much this does against Arcanine. End up doing about half, so I can kind of be sure that this is an offensive set of Arcanine. Like I said, I'm not like super afraid of a fire move, but it's still like neutral to me, and I want to see what he's going to do, so I go into Jellicent. And he ends up Snarling me, which is a move I really don't see much on Arcanine, and it lowers my special attack, so... that's not actually great because, yeah, obviously my super effective Scald is going to be a bit nerfed now as he goes for a Morning Sun to heal, and yeah, I guess this is not an offensive Arcanine since he has like a weaker move like Snarl, and then he has Morning Sun, so yeah, I'm just going to go for a Scald to see how much it does, and he is healing more with Morning Sun than I can deal with a super effective Stab Scald, thanks to Snarl. So, see, Snarl definitely has its uses. Anyway, so Jellicent is going to go ahead and switch out. Before switch out, I go into Dougie here. And he's just going to go for another Snarl. Now, that's not obviously going to lower Dugtrio's, primary attacking stat, but yeah, it doesn't actually do much to me either, so that's good. And he is trapped due to my Arena Trap ability. He is going to protect to see what I do, which is fine. It's not like he can really act upon it. I mean, the worst he can do is Extreme Speed, but I don't think he can quite kill me at this point if he does have it. I don't think he actually does, though, because, as you can see, he not going for it, first of all. And in addition, he has Snarl and Morning Sun on the set, so he'd have a pretty limited rest of his sets. So, yeah, this is a choice banded Dugtrio, and I'm just going to go ahead and kill him with Earthquake. Like Masquerain, Dugtrio is one of the Pokemon, and so that's the reason it was being suspect tested, I think. It's one of the Pokemon that got actually some decent buff in Gen 7. It actually gained 20 points. It's a base attack going from a poor 80 to an actually respectable 100. So anyway, he's going to go into Kommo-o and then really scare me with a Belly Drum. I'm like, I was not expecting that. I did not know Kommo-o had access to Belly Drum. Thankfully, my Landorus is able to outspeed this thing and just murder it. I believe this is my Scarf Landorus Therian, so really nice that I'm able to kill it. I was kind of scared. If he didn't die, I'm screwed. So he goes into Komala, and then he switches out into Hydreigon. I guess he's just predicting things, and I just yeah, like I said, I'm locked in Earthquake. I was going to go for the Earthquake against the Komala. But no, he's going to go in Hydreigon, which is a good move. I go into Jellicent, I guess I wasn't predicting Dark Pulse. I was trying to predict a Flash Cannon. He makes, once again, a very good over-prediction there. Well, not really an over-prediction, but, you know, a very good prediction. Going for that Dark Pulse, I guess predicting Jellicent. Or rather, not predicting Clefable. Although I think that would have actually worked out for him either way, because, yeah, even if he did get Clefable, I'm pretty sure he could have 2-hit KO'd me with Dark Pulse at that point. But that was the key thing right there. I did get Cursed Body on the Hydreigon right before dying, so that's really nice because it actually forces the Hydreigon to switch out. If he doesn't switch out, he struggles, and obviously either way I can go into Clefable. He's not going to kill me to struggle, and yeah, I can actually get a healing off. So that is really crucial because I really wanted to get some healing off with Clefable, and there's that. And he's going to go right back into Komala, which is going to start doing things, and that is not good. So first of all, he is going to go ahead and go for a Stockpile. I'm just going to go for a Moonblast, not sure what to expect. In hindsight, definitely a misplay. And this is the first time I've actually really, you know, seen someone use a Komala, and I'm really not sure what to expect about this Pokemon. You know, it's kind of underwhelming. It has not a great base stat. I mean, you can't put it to sleep. That's kind of nice. And, yeah, I'm just going to go into Victini now, realizing I really have to hurt this, and he reveals Bulk Up. So it's Stockpile and Bulk Up. And I'm like, wow, it's going to be insanely bulky. I'm going to go for a Banded V-Create, and it tanks it like a champ. And then he reveals the trump card here. Z-Stockpile, which actually heals him to full. So he heals to full and then gets an additional +1 defense and +1 special defense. So this is a full tank mode Komala. The real question is, we know he has Stockpile, we know he has Bulk Up, and what are his attacking moves, if any? I mean, that's really the question here. And as you can see, I'm just going for another V-Create and try to wither it down, because I don't know if it has another way to heal its health, so I'm hoping to maybe chip it away. I go into Landorus here and get the Intimidate to lower its attack, because I really want to limit the attack of this thing, because if obviously it's going to have an attacking move, because it wants to stall and set up with bulk up eventually. But I still have Intimidate with Landorus, so that's one way I can do it. And as you can see, he has Wish, which is one of his move slots I didn't know, and then Play Rough. So it's not actually the worst thing it could have been. I was really afraid of Return at this point because I had already lost my Ghost to wall this thing, if that's the case. Instead he has Play Rough, which means I can actually resist it with a few of my Mons. I can resist it, obviously, with this Victini. And it doesn't look like it has any attack investment whatsoever, so it needs to get a lot of bulk ups in order to actually start doing damage. Here I just go for a Brick Break. It's just actually weaker than a V-Create, so I don't really know why I did that. I guess because I didn't want my stats lowered and stuff. And he's just going to go for a Wish again. So, but at this point, I'm like, okay, the only way I'm getting around this is by stalling this thing or getting a crit. That's really what I need. But the first thing, that number one, I definitely need is I need to go into Landorus, and I need to limit this thing's attack. I figure as long as I can limit, you know, not let his attack get too high, I should be able to beat this thing eventually from a crit or something. I just can't see him sweeping my entire team if the best he's got is Play Rough. So I go into Venusaur now, and here I decide to go for a Sludge Bomb. I guess in my mind I was thinking, okay, maybe I can get a Poison on this thing. That would be kind of nice. Plus I wanted to kind of test the damage that my Venusaur can do. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go ahead and try. I mean, a Status would be really nice against this thing. And I go for a Sludge Bomb. I end up doing decent damage, and I'm actually kind of thinking my Venusaur can tank this thing, because I do resist Play Rough due to the Poison typing. And that should be fine, and if I can eventually get a Poison with Sludge Bomb, then that'll chip this thing away even more, and eventually it's going to run out of Wish PP, which is, I believe, base 16. Or I can just get a crit at one point, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for, so it doesn't last literally forever. And there we go. Finally, I got a crit, but it's off a U-turn. Not a very strong move. So in-backs Victini. No, actually, by the way, I think my Landorus is a Choice Bander. Now, I said Choice Scarf. It's actually Choice Band, and I noticed that I think during the middle of the battle, I actually carried 3 Choice Band Pokemon on this team. That's right. Just note, I was wrong earlier. It is Band and not Scarf. But as you can see, that U-turn is actually critical because now that I got that, I'm able to go for a V-Create, and he has to go for Wish, but he's not going to have enough, because he doesn't have Protect or anything. He doesn't have enough, he can't just force that heal, so that crit ended up helping me against Komala. Like I said, I think I could have gotten around it anyway, but it definitely would have been taking a long time. But yeah, I'm finally able to get around that Komala. That Komala was trolling me hard, man. And yeah, he's just going to go into this Hydreigon. I decided to stay in with Victini to see what he'd lock himself into, get a V-Create off on him, I guess. And it ends up going for that Flash Cannon, which, predicting Clefable. And it's not going to be able to kill me even with my special defense drops. And yeah, I think I let him kill Victini here for a free switch, figuring that I don't really need Victini anymore. But yeah, going back to what I was saying earlier, it's just kind of funny because I didn't realize I had 3 Choice Banders until like midway through the battle. Because I have this Landorus, which is Choice Band. That's right, not Choice Scarf. I chose to bring the Choice Band one for extra power. And then I decided to bring Dougie because it was almost going to be, like, gone. And then someone wanted me to use Victini, which is also a bander. Because I make these teams kind of, like, on the spot when I, battle on stream. But anyway, this Melodic is going to take a Choice Banded Explosion to the face. And it doesn't take it well. Just trying to come in and switch, so he can switch up his move on Hydreigon. It's going to cost him Hydreigon. And I already know that he cannot kill me in one hit even with a Flash Cannon. So I'm just going to go right into Clefable. And I don't think even a crit would kill me, so I'm able to now just go for the X4 effective Moonblast for the win. Either way, that's a really interesting game there. IMJSN007, and man, that Komala, though, man, I almost got trolled. I mean, I was getting trolled by that Komala. But it was definitely an interesting game on both fronts, and yeah, see, Komala can do some serious work. And yeah, 3 Choice Banders can work as well. So today's question of the day is, which non-attacking Z move, or as they're known, Z status moves, do you like the best? I asked this a little bit in the past, back when I think Gen 7 started being a thing. But since we've let the meta settle down a bit and people have gotten to play with certain things, I'm wondering which one you like best. For me, now that they fixed it anyway, I really do like the idea of Z Parting Shot. But as you can see, there can be a lot of interesting things, especially Z Stockpile, which my opponent used, and I definitely gonna have to try that set. Well, maybe not that set exactly, because I'm not really a fan of only one attacking move. But Z Stockpile can definitely be a move because it boosts both defenses and then heals you completely, which is huge. So leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later.